Moshi Moshi.
Hello.
We're switching it up, and that is now Japanese.
Yes, indeed. So day 4 of the trek. We have a special guest today.
Say hello to Greg.
Hey guys.
He won't be saying or doing anything. He'll just be in back. But he's here for moral support. So today is one of the exciting days. A couple of announcements though to keep you updated. Tournament is almost full. I think we're at like 124 out of 126 out of 128.
Oh, getting close.
Getting close. So
we still have room for anyone who wants to join though, because almost undoubtedly people are going to drop out last minute. They're going to miss the 30-minute check-in. So even if we're over, feel free to sign up. You'll probably get in if you're in the next 10 spots.
Yep, indeed. So really excited for that. We have some really great players that we're really excited for.
We'll be following a couple of them. We'll be casting some cool games, and we'll be casting the semifinals and finals.
All right, and then we'll be uploading those to Team Liquid so you can check them out later.
And on YouTube.
Yeah. With that I guess ends really the announcements. There's not really much more to talk about. So we're going to get right into it.
All right. The Beast.
The Beast. And by Beast, we mean none other than World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
And I know just now, many of my close personal friends that were my friends before seeing this video are now running
exit out
to
right
the
now.
hills, since now they know we played WoW. Though I think it's okay.
It was
we were pretty
closely guarded secret, but not anymore.
Nah, not really. But yeah, it's been a journey. WoW is definitely the premier game of our youth.
Mm-hmm. It was a career. It wasn't a game.
It really at the height of it. It was not a game. It was a job. You showed up for your hours, and
over 50 hours a week.
And you literally you got paid for your hours in points that you could spend on
Dragon kill
gear.
points.
Yeah, but we'll discuss that later. Today is the first day. Today is how we were introduced to the Beast. Because really, I mean, WoW is, credit to Blizzard for making that type of game where it really is a
sucks you in.
Truly like comprehensive. Even like
and then
world.
It grabs you by the balls.
It grabs you by the balls. Okay.
So, in going into 8th grade, the summer of 8th grade, our good friend Colton showed up at my house one day.
Name drop. There goes his friends.
And he said, "Matt, my dad showed me this really cool game, and I think you'll like it too." So we go out to lunch, and we're talking about it, and he said, "Yeah, you can pick any class you want to be," and we were thinking about it, and he was going to be the rogue, and he was going to be backstabbing people and hiding in the shadows, and I was going to be the warrior, charging down the road, swinging a huge axe, and what were you going to be?
I was pretty sure I kept with the paladin,
Paladin.
Because from Icewind Dale, paladins were badass.
Oh, yeah.
So I was pretty set on that. Oh god, we need to talk about the names too.
Boink Masters!
Yes, I was gonna gently lead into that and how that came about, but yes, my name was Boink Master.
The Masters of Boink.
It was, but I first tried making a character called Boink Master, but then I got him lost somehow. So I just decided to abandon it and then start a new guy and just added Z at the end. But as far as the beginning of the game is concerned, when we found out about this game, we were really excited. It sounded awesome, so we went ahead and we bought it. But this was at the beginning of summer, and then that summer, Matt and I went to the Jersey Shore, where a lot of my relatives live. And we spent the next, week and a half, 2 weeks, studying the WoW manual.
It was our Bible.
Yeah, exactly, like a Bible. We were literally looking at every single spell that was mentioned. We were like, oh my god.
Warlocks can teleport.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Just nerdgasms coursing through us.
The nerd chills.
It was, and so, we really spent the entire sort of that vacation obsessing over the game because we were so excited about it. because this was like we had always played these strategy games and these other games that were just based on us. So the fact that this was now an online game was sort of like daunting but really exciting. And so because this is like a critical look at our life of gaming now, retrospectively we can look back and really sort of criticize some of the things that we did.
It was pretty unhealthy. Not pretty. It was unhealthy.
It was unhealthy, and definitely in a lot of aspects. And one of the ones was sort of just those, I guess, outdoor experiences that you could have had. I mean, we're over at the Jersey Shore. I mean, it's the summer. It's really nice, and instead of really enjoying, I guess, that atmosphere, that environment.
We brought the manual to the beach.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we were obsessing over that, and then later when we would get back, and this was months down the road even, but I mean it's still one of those things where we'd go up to Tahoe, which is a 5.5, 6 hour drive.
We wouldn't go boating. We wouldn't go skiing. We would play World of Warcraft.
Right, and that was just sort of, I mean, that was what we would do, and I mean this caused a lot of issues. I mean, with we
lost a lot of friends that didn't play World of Warcraft.
Well, okay, I wouldn't say we lost.
We just weren't as close.
A lot of friends. Yeah, we weren't as close with a lot of people just because like we bonded so much with like people who did like. I mean, the friends that did play WoW, we were like, bonded by secrecy. Because I mean, the reason why I say we didn't lose friends was because we were so secretive about it. Because we knew that what we were doing was socially, suicide. I mean, you tell someone, okay, so what'd you do this weekend? They're like, pwned some orcs. It's like, the hell.
That South Park episode killed the rep. It was rough.
That South Park episode, which is granted so hilarious.
It's the funniest episode
and
ever made.
It's even funnier once you've played the game and you're looking at it and you're like, they can't kill boars up until max level. It wouldn't work. They go gray. It's like, and you're looking at this, and I mean, it's hilarious, but it did create this, this very strong social stigma that was already there, more or less. And I mean, South Park just did a really good job at vocalizing some, these stereotypes, which granted were hilarious, but also at the same time, unfortunately, very true in some circumstances where it's like, we definitely would prioritize playing this game over,
hanging out with some, girls. They didn't exist for us up until
the females
3 years ago.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was, that, and so what we spent our time doing, over those first couple of months was leveling. Where in WoW and World of Warcraft, what you're doing is you're, embarking on these quests and you're killing these monsters to gain experience.
Sometimes boars.
Sometimes boars. Once you get that max like experience level, then you go up a level. You get this very resounding ding go off in the game.
We would pass each other in class or in the hallways, and we'd be like, ding.
Like, oh yes, yes! So, Craig. So I mean, we were really excited about the whole thing. And granted, it was deeply embarrassing. We were extremely embarrassed by it. It's not like we were like would go up to people and like flaunt the fact that I'm now level 40. I mean, this was not something worth boasting about. I mean, so we spent hours and hours and hours. I mean, we could tell you about these times where we spent 12, 15-hour stretches playing.
I got home from Tahoe one day, played all that day into the night, didn't sleep, then went to Hawaii. I didn't sleep that night. I just.
And so at that in those early stages too, when we were leveling, it was very competitive between us as friends. We hadn't
saying I was excited, and then saying it was really exciting. We had a lot of fun, but also the competitive aspect, like we talked about in the last episode.
Still very much there. Yeah.
We're really good friends. I would say you're one of my best friends, but you would level up and you'd be a higher level than me and be like, congrats, man.
Yeah.
But I was really feeling like,
yeah,
shit, now I have to put in a lot more time because
Yeah.
I have to be as good as him or better.
It was this constant competition of who was, if you could prove your dominance to three people you already knew, and so it's, you're playing. So the point of the matter is that we, at that point, we didn't really care about the other social aspects of WoW. And as we're probably going to close this video, still saying that there's still so much more to talk about WoW, that this will be extended over the next couple of days because it is such a beast, such a monster. But just sort of to conclude with the early stages when we were just leveling, up until we hit sort of the max level we could at that time, it was just a competition between ourselves. We still were putting in a lot of time, but we were really just sort of socializing with ourselves.
Yeah.
That changed a lot. The whole social aspect of WoW came in to play much later and really hit us full force.
The early stages really just taught us that if you want to get something cool or beneficial, that you have to put in some work. Nothing's going to come free to you. That's really what I learned in 8th grade and 9th grade.
Yeah. And that was, those are also times where we were also extremely just embarrassed about the whole thing.
Yeah.
And that wouldn't change for a while, but we'll address that more. So that's part one of the WoW thing. And so we're 11. Oh god. Okay, so we're
right. We'll wrap this up.
So
if you have any feedback, feel free to put it in the comments. All right. See you guys later.
see ya.